nations. He shall judge between the nations. Why in the world is he judging during the millennium if he's present? Because there are still going to be sinners in the world. See, how's that possible? Let me explain. And it all comes back to your understanding of what's actually taking place. All right, so I'm gonna give you a timeline, right? So here's this timeline. I'm not gonna start with the church. I'm gonna, well, yeah, I can start with the tribulation. So here's the trib, right? So you got the tribulation, and it's for 7 years. At the end of the tribulation, what's going to happen? You got the millennium kingdom. Right? And that lasts 1,000 years. Now, how do we get the population? How do we get people into this kingdom? You have to go back to Matthew chapter 25. That's how you get the people in there. Matthew 25 tells you exactly who goes into the tribulation. So let's go look right quick. And that's what Matthew 25 is about. Matthew 25 has absolutely positively nothing to do with the church. Matthew 24 has nothing to do with the church. Matthew 24 is about the 70th year and the tribulation. Okay, it has nothing to do with the church. Jesus was still alive. The church was born on the day of Pentecost, 50 days after Jesus died. Okay, that's when the church came. And we talked about this last time. It was a mystery. God didn't tell anybody about it. So if Jesus told the disciples about the church in Matthew, then God is a liar. And we know God isn't a liar, friends. All right. So let's go look at Matthew 25 right quick, and I'll show you what he's talking about right here. So after the tribulation comes, Jesus says, hey, if I don't stop this, all the killing, everybody's going to die, every single person. And we can't have that. Why? Because we have the millennium age coming behind the tribulation. That's why everybody can't die. But who gets into the tribulation? Who survives? I mean, the tribulation. Who gets into the millennium period? All right. Now, after the tribulation of those days, look at what happens. Okay. Pay very close attention. So you have to put this in its proper order. So what's going on? What's going on is this. Let me go to the board and I'll erase it right quick. So what Jesus is explaining, here's Matthew 24. What is about? It's about the 70th week prophesied by Daniel. Okay, that's what Matthew 24, the whole entire chapter. So saved until the end, who's he talking about? He's talking about the 1/3 of the Jews that Zechariah talked about over in chapter 13. Those are the people who are being saved until believing until the end. The end of what? The end of the tribulation, end of the 70th week. None of those folks talked about the church, people. And that's why people get confused when they read the Bible. They try to take today and fit it into the scripture instead of allowing the scriptures to define itself, which it does. And it's very simple if you allow it to happen. Okay, so what is this right here? It's the tribulation. It's the 7-year trib. Okay, all the things that Jesus talks about in Matthew 24, you can go line them up with all the 7 seals. That's how you know and can confirm that that's what it's talking about. After this takes place, what happens? The Lord comes and now he starts talking about what's going on in Matthew 25. He tells you who is going to enter or live after this. Who goes over? There are believers and there are unbelievers. And these believers are in two groups of people. There are Jews, Jewish believers, the 1/3 remnant. Okay. And then there are Gentiles from every nation, tribe, and tongue of people. Those are the witnesses that are the people who came to Christ from the 144,000 witnesses. Not all of them died. Then there are unbelieving Jews and unbelieving Gentiles. So you got it? You got the picture now.